Hello everyone, sorry for cutting the music very quickly, and we'll be bringing you a Napoleonic Wars 1v1. Now let's just make sure that we're actually in the server. Game cam, hurrah! Here we go. And you can see it is going to be Munch versus Taz by Broly. So, let's see. Here is one man. There's Taz from French Touch. And you've also got Dan versus Hercules in Arena 3. You can see over here, see look, Arena number 1 with fine bread work. We heartily approve of the bread work. So, there's 2. And this will be the 1v1 tournament with players playing on each of these arenas. Dan the man. And so, let me know if you can hear everything fine. Volume's okay. All the rest of it, I will be watching you in chat, but mostly I will be focusing on the occurrences within the arena. So here we go. You can see Munch warming up, pacing the arena, waiting for his challenger. And waiting quietly in the corner, we have Dan the man. And obviously we got Ref Knock, so thank you to the refs for organising it. And you can see here that arena number 2 looking somewhat... That was a gunshot, that's not allowed. Arena number 2 is somewhat empty, but look at this. There's Munch. So, everybody getting ready, and obviously Frit Time, who will be organising it all from the point of view of the event organiser. So our thanks to Frit for inviting us to cast this particular event. And he specifically requested that we live stream it, so what the hell. Let me just see. Just checking a few things on the game cam, making sure that I'm talking to all the various people, etc, etc. So there's Duel with Dayball and there's Fritten. So, let's just check random things, blah blah blah. Information from Bob, good stuff. Now, what's going on here? Right, so A4. Here we are. It's Broly. And it's Wustenfuch. He's going to fuch you up, that's for sure. Look at this. Oh, fine melee. Look at this. Fantastic stuff going in for a quick charge. And a little bit of a parry and a riposte here. It looks like he's digging for worms for a second there. As now you can see them continuing to melee through here. Oh, he looks like he went for a quick attack there. He may have got in for a quick stab. Let's look at them continuing to fight. Whoops. Stop those fights, damn it. And they're going to restart the map. So, these are all the things that you don't normally see in a recording of Napoleonic Wars, are the restarts of the maps, and all the rest of it, all those kind of funky good things. So these are the kind of stuff that you would normally see when a live stream is done. You can see, obviously, me going to spectator, and all the rest of it. So, here they are. There's Dan the man. Everyone moving to their same arenas, getting over the top of those stone walls. Here's arena number 1. And I'll wait instructions. Thank you all for your patience. There's Morris giving instructions. And A4. Let's move over to A4. Aha. Number 4, go. Here we go. Here's Vusten and Broly fighting. Look at this. Oh, fantastic stuff going on between these two guys. You can see good melee, and also A3 is attacking as well. Let's just see what's going on over here. There's Dan the man fighting against Hercules, and also you can see them fantastic stuff going on here. And we can see the melee and the blocking. Not seeing a kick yet, but here over on the other side, there's Munch And we'll go and have a look in arena number 2. Here's Crichton fighting with Hepty of the 18th. Look at that. Oh, fine stab into his enemy. Oh, fantastic stuff. We move over to section 4. There's Wustenfruch. And down he goes. As there we see casualties. Fantastic stuff. So, Hercules. And there's Taz. Taz by Broly and A3. Let's go and check on A3. Okay, let's not do that. Technical problems were experienced. Never mind. We'll be right back shortly. In the meantime, I'm going to inflict some music on you. Let's do that. Wonder what we can give you. No, that's a bit too bad. Much better. Well, I got a little bit of information for you. Essentially what happened is that there was a problem with spawns on the server, and so that the map had to be fixed, and then the server restarted. So that's pretty much what has occurred. And so Hepty and Crichton back to A2. There's Crichton. There's Hepty. And they're off. The charge in. So you watch these guys. Look at this. Oh, fine stab into his enemy. That's Crichton into Hepty. Look at this. And down he goes. Crichton with that first win. And we move over to A4. Flying past the corpses. As here we have Wuston and Broly fighting it out between the two of them. Look at this. A fine stabby goodness occurring here between the two boys. They fight for their dominance. Oh, that was a nice stab that he went into his enemy. And finally, the murder is done by Broly into Wuston. And so one thing I will have to do is, let's just see, we want to switch on the death notifications, because generally I have had them switched off because what's that? No, reports casualties. There we go. So now here we go, Rustenfuch and Broly fighting out yet again, as down goes Dan the Man, killed by Hercules, and Munge gets a free win. And down goes Wuston again. Poor Wuston. And there's Broly returning to base. Here is Hercules, complete with beardage. And here is the attack between Dan the Man and Hercules. You can see these two fighting it out. Fine parry. Fine parry even. Yes, one of those things as well. So just making sure that I'm not set to echo on the stream as these two guys fighting it out. As down. Oh, that was so close. That was very, very close there. And unfortunately, Dan the Man's pretty bloody right now, as Hercules is hitting those all-important stabs onto his body, but he's continuing to fight back. It looks like he got a stab onto his enemy, as Hercules finishes the job with another kill. Fine job there by Hercules. Okay, he doesn't look so well. Over here, we see Hepti waiting for his next victim. 4-1 to Hepti. And over here we see Dan the Man and Hercules. And here they go. I think it's fair to say that Dan the Man suffering a little bit from the damage and the deaths. And A2 is ready to go. And Hercules, can he get the better of his man? And Son Goku versus Felix in A4. Oh, look at this, a fine stab. This is going to be a problem for Dan the Man. Oh, he goes in for the quick kick. Hercules going in for that all-important kick. That stun effect on the kick, so important. And Dan the Man tried to get one back in return. Look at these two guys going at it. Let's move on to another battle over here. There's Son Goku. And down here in A2, we have Crichton and Hepti. Look at this. And Dan the Man is dead. And down goes Crichton. And sadly for Dan, Hepti wins 4-1. Oh, sorry, 5-2 to Hepti. Oh dear, he celebrated with a bit of mass suicide. Never mind. As we're moving in on A1 at the moment. And this is Nahabal fighting against Morris from NR57, the KKA. Look at this. Look at this, you can see them backing off, seeing if they can get that all-important advantage. The melee and the blocking is really, really good between these two guys. Nobody's managed to land a blow yet. And look at this. Oh, there was the stab. There was a stab. That's going to be an important stab there as far as Mahabal is concerned. And 5-1. There we go, Dan. So Hercules winning that against Dan. And Morris continuing this melee. Look at this. This is a real pitched battle between these two guys. And finally, Mahabal takes his man down. Over on this side with Charles McLeon up against Zork. That man. Hurrah indeed. And there we go. There's Morris moving back to A1. And A2. Going in. Zork versus Charlie. There's Chuck going in for the stab. Oh, he gets hit once. Zork with that all-important 1 stab, 2 stabs. Is he going to make the last bit of damage onto his enemy? Look at this. He does. Zork with the kill. Fine stabby goodness coming in from Zork there. Here's Son Goku waiting. And over here in Arena 1, we see Mahabal and Morris fighting against each other. Look at these guys. Oh, fine turn and stab by Morris into Mahabal. And that ties it up at 1-1 between these two guys. Good stuff indeed. We move over to A2. Here's Charlie. And the Zork. And Zork charging in. Look at that. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Zork with a very quick stab indeed. Poor Chuck didn't last long there. Son waiting. There's Colonel Falk of the 15th. Who can forget that fine mustachioed gentleman. So, returning to the arena is Charlie. And down goes Morris, killed by Mahabal in arena number 1. And over on one side, here's Charlie going in. So yeah, if I'm not seeing chat that often, guys, it's because I'm focusing on what's going on. But welcome to chat. I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. Something a bit different for you. But a fine display of melee combat between all of these wonderful members of the Napoleonic War community. Love every one of them. Well, nearly every one of them. Now, Morris, what's going on here? Oh, is he trying to lull him into a sense of insecurity? That's what he was trying to do. Morris going in, and look at that. The fight between them. Look at so close. A quick turning stab. A stab into Morris, and down goes Morris, killed by Mahabal. That was close. As there's currently, yeah, we need a maid, really, to make up these arenas. Because I have to say, I don't think very much of the current maid. They're not doing very well. So, moving over to A2. Let's see what's going on in A2. I see what I mean? Can you? Are you seeing a trend here? Are you seeing a pattern right now? Yeah, I am. Maid, please make up this arena. So, A2. Let's move over. Find out what's going on A2. There we go. We're here in A2. Here is Charles fighting against the Zorkmeister himself. Yes, Zorkman. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh no, that's not looking good for Charlie. He's having a little bit of a stab, but Zork's getting the better of him. Look at that fine sideways block. A fantastic turn and stab by Charles. Just glorious. Lovely to see. And he pulls it back by 1. As Mahabal also losing to Morris. Wow. Turn around for the books over here on Arena 1. And this is fantastic to see. As holding guard there, Son Goku. And just bodies everywhere. Hey Pixel Pug, how are you today? Thank you very much for coming, everyone. I really appreciate it. I wasn't expecting to stream this. I was asked by the organiser Frit to stream. We were planning to do a dual stream between myself and one of his friends, but ouch! Zork re-establishing his dominance there. As Charles passes away, courtesy of a 17-inch bayonet, but has the decency to say GG, which is always good to see. So here is Mahabal and Morris from the NR57. Oh, look at that. He went in for a quick stab and the kick and the... Oh, that kick is so nasty. He went in for the kick, but then Mahabal returned with a nasty, nasty kick. And got the kill, the stun. So, here It's Fusilist Sleepy going up against Chickalodian. What a fine name, the Chick. So here we're watching these two boys fight it out in arena number 4. Look at this melee. Now, for those of you not aware, I do play Napoleonic Wars occasionally, and I am absolutely awful at Napoleonic Wars, and that was a mistake, unfortunately, for poor old Chick. He went in for the stun kick, didn't work, and his enemy returned with a stun kick and a final stab to finish it off. There's Rebellious waiting for his next battle. As we fly over between the arenas and see how Mahabal... Oh, look at that! That was Morris trying to goad him to come and get him. And Mahabal got a very important stab in on him without getting too close. But then Mahabal continuing to attack, parried away by his enemy. And so Morris doing a good job of trying to parry those attacks from Mahabal. Can he actually maintain this defense? As the bayonet of Mahabal is looking a little bit bloody right now. He goes in for the kick. But, oh, Morris. Poor Morris went in for that kick. But Mahabal ducked inside him and murdered him. And so, here is Angel on Arena 2. And here is Fotin. Doesn't she look lovely? Here we go. Arena 2. As here is Angel. And they're fighting against each other. Look at this. Fine melee work. The blocking continuing. They're trying to get that all-important stab in. That first peek of the bayonet. There we go. They see that kick. And a lovely parrying. Oh, there we go. Very important first stab into Angel by his enemy. And that... Oh, but it then returns that stab. Look at this. Cuts him into a corner. It's now 1 stab to 2, so to speak. Angel suffering from 2 stabs right now. Fortunately, there's not bleeding in this game. Otherwise, that could be very difficult. So now we're looking at a situation here as these two guys fighting it out in the final long distance stab from Fotin, making the use of that long 17-inch bayonet. Brutal, brutal stuff, boys and girls. And so we're over. Oh, heavens above. Poor old Chick. Got taken out very quickly by Sleepy. Oh dear, oh dear. So Sleepy will be waiting. Meanwhile, over here on the other arena, here's Rebellious. As 4-0 to Sleepy takes down Dwinded, or Owinded. And Angel at the same time falls to Fotin over here on the other arena. I tell you, by the time they finish this competition, it's going to be nothing. They are going to be ankle deep in bodies, or even knee deep in bodies. I mean, look at Fotin. Just, yeah, very, very bloody. So, his opponent moves into position. We move over to see Le Brave in number 1, up against Owinded, as Chick falls again to Sleepy. And the battle continues between these two fellows. Le Brave gets the first stab, and a fine killing to Owinded there as well. As now you can see Angel has again fallen. With Fotin 3-1 so far. And what's going on over there? Tallest 3-1 in favour of Rebellious. So let's see what's going on over here as these guys. There's Rebellious getting ready. And here is A2. There's Fotin. And Angel. And Owinded now fighting Le Brave. So look at these two. Look at that fine melee work. The parrying and the blocks. Oh, but then the final stab into Owinded by Le Brave. As now we look over here towards A2. Watching the battle between Angel and Photin. You can see, look at that fine blocking going on. As I'm being absolutely bombed by Pineapple. Thanks, Pineapple. Appreciate it. As Tallest kills Rebellious. And Photin again. 4-1. And look at that. Rebellious and Tallest. 3-3. A winded. So we should follow this. Here is Rebellious. So it's 3-3 between these two guys. And look at that. Oh, he goes in for a quick kick. And a fine stab. Oh, that was a very, very nasty stab there by Rebellious into his enemy. And that's 4-3. So Tallest, with his back to the wall now, up against it. It's going to be a difficult situation for him. A member of the 63rd. Look at that fine beardage and moustache. And here we go. Let's watch, see how it goes with Tallest. Fighting, look at that. He gets the first stab into the battle. These two guys are fine blocking. And the parrying continuing between these two guys. And Tallest gets one stab. And look at that, another stab by Tallest back into his enemy. And look, his enemy managed to dodge that all-important melee attack. And look at that, Rebellious taken down. Oh, wow. Fantastic stuff. Oh, Frit Time and Adam are in A2. That should be interesting. The runner of the event. And here is A3. No, that's A1. Let's go over and see A3. What's going on over here? Here it is. There's number 1. There's number 2. And we fly past and go to number 3. Let's go to number 4. Screw it. Here's Nightkill and Jan fighting against each other. Jan from the 17. And Nightkill, currently unregimented, but gets murdered. Murdered horribly by Jan. Meanwhile, the fighting going on here. As down goes Rebellious. Tallest with the kill. Oh, wow. Fantastic stuff. Let's fly over to A2. Find out who's fighting. Is Adam, the QRR. Oh, Frit Time gets murdered. Poor Frit. He's probably stressing out from having to run the event at the same time. Getting loads of messages while he's trying to melee. So poor old Frit. There you see him. But fortunately, refs, oh dear, are running the event on his behalf, making sure everybody gets into the right arena at the right time. And here is Jan from the 17th, now going up against Nightkill. Look at this. If you follow the melee, oh wow, holy crap! Jan with a very, very quick parry and then a stab into his enemy. Brutality coming in there. As now we move over to Adam from the QOR up against Fritten. Fritten, look at that. Trying to defend himself. The melee blocks and parries are fantastic. Look at these two guys fighting it out for domination. Trying to get that all-important sort of stab underneath. As Nightkill falls to Jan. And down goes poor old Fritten. Poor Fritten. Taken down by Adam. 4-2 to Jan. As now we move over to Nightkill. And it's difficult to tell what the arena is now because there's so many bloody bodies all over it. And there's Nightkill. Going in there as Jan, they're going in for the important kick. That stun effect of that kick, so very, very important. If you can get that kick, you can stun them back and then go in for the all-important stab underneath there. Tunic, I suppose you could say. But yeah, basically so they can't really block it. As a stab goes into Jan from Nightkill. So Nightkill with a fine murdering there. So we move over to Adam. Look at that, stun. And Fritten, can he get that kill? Look at him, he's got the all-important stab onto his enemy. Oh, Fritten gets hit by that one. And he's going in for a very important stab here. Can he get that final kill? Let's just see if he can actually do the damage. He does. And Fritten takes down Adam. We fly over and have a look at number 4. And over here at number 4, there's Jan. And Nightkill continuing to battle it out. Look at these guys. A fine stun going in from Jan. And the murder onto Nightkill. There's Fritten. Look at that. That's a face only a mother could love. So, here is Daybull. Lance Corporal of the 15th. There's a name we recognise. Good old Daybull. And up against him is Black Tham, who seems to be not fighting. Oh, only fighting with fists. So, let's see. Another man with a face only a mother could love. So, let's see what's going on as we move over here to the battles between Fritten and Adam. Let's look at these two guys with their melee work. Oh, looks like stab there into an enemy. Son Goku is up against X-Taz. So following these two guys, meleeing it out. Oh, we got a stun onto Fritten, but Fritten managed to block it, but no! Stabbed underneath there as Fritten is no more. 3-1 to Adam. So, let's move over to arena number 1 and find out what's going on over here. It's Daybull with a kill onto Black Tham. So a fine kill by Daybull there. Does she look buxom today? As here is Fritten. Can he pull it back against his enemy QRR Adam? Look at these two guys going in with the melee. Trying to get that very important sneak under the defensive positioning of the musket. Look at these guys continuing to fight. Look at that. Oh, looking to get in there and get that all-important first stab. So we're watching Fritten now. Up against Adam. And a stab into Fritten. That's going to be unfortunate. And a kick and a stun. Oh, Fritten goes down. Poor Fritten. A fine kill there by Adam. As we move over to look at Broly. Up against Broly. No, Broly versus Son Goku. As now you can see Black Tham taken down by Daybull. As we're getting slightly dizzy watching these two guys circle each other. Look at them. It's literally like some kind of melee dozy-do. And now we watch them as they continue to circle each other. There's Broly. Literally, these guys really need to get within the right distance for their all-important stab, as it is literally a battle of wits right now between Son Goku and Broly. Look at these two guys continuing to fight. The melee skills. Look at this. As now we can see the fighting continue with Son Goku. This is taking a while, these guys. What is... Oh, Broly trying to lull him into a false sense of security. Son not taking it. He's getting that all-important kick. As these two guys continue to fight, but then inside of the attack, inside of the defense, I should say, Son Goku gets taken down and Daybull taking down Black Tham. So, the buxom Daybull doing quite well there. And over here, there's Broly. Let's see. Here is number 4. So we follow Son and his opponent, Broly from French Touch. As unfortunately, looks like Black Tham's having a really, really unfortunate ping problem. His ping's 36. So there we go, 5-0 for Daybull. As now we continue to watch these two guys circle each other. As there's Broly trying to get all-important close to Son. Maybe seeing if he can get that all-important kick onto him. And see what difference it makes. Got to get that all-important kick. If you can get that kick in the right point in the stun, but if you kick at the wrong moment, your enemy can dive inside and stab you to death very, very quickly. Oh, Hepti versus Zork. That'll be an interesting battle between those two. And there we go. There's the first attack. And Son goes down. Broly. 2-0. Wow. Good stuff indeed. And all we're seeing right now is corpses. There's just corpses everywhere. Dear oh dear. So, we continue to watch as the battle continues with Son Goku and Broly. Here they go. Circling each other. And A2 also getting ready. You can see A2 over there. So we'll leave those guys to fight it out and see who these two are. It's Zork and Hepti. There's Zork. There he is, Hepti from the 18E. Gets stabbed once by Zork and then returns the stab onto Zork, but then Zork returns with a fine stabby goodness. And Munch versus Marl. That should be good indeed. Now, getting ready over here, Hercules versus Falk, the mustachio of goodness. I thought they were going to have a punch up for a second there. That would have been funny. But now they're actually going in doing it properly. So now you can see Falk and Hercules fighting each other. The melee continuing. Look at that fine blocking coming in from Falk. Hercules trying to get inside his enemy for that all-important first stab. And there, Falk going in for a quick attack. It gets blocked. Another block by Hercules. And a stab by Falk into Hercules. Another stab into him. And this could be a problem for Hercules. He's got to try and get a stab onto Falk if he can. Falk managing to dodge inside the attacks by his enemy. And that's turning out to be a good situation as far as Falk is concerned. And there we go. Another attack onto his enemy. And you can see here, it's not looking good for Hercules. He backs off somewhat. Falk continuing to go in for the kill until he turns it around. And Hercules goes in with a fine stab into what is remaining of Falk. As you can see, not much left now. Being chopped into fish bait. Poor old Falk. Over here, we're looking at Broly and Son Goku continuing to fight. Over here, there's Marble being taken down by Munch. And so over here is Hepti. And there is Munch. Moonwalking. So, Hepti and his enemy. Oh, fun stab into his enemy first to start with there. So Zork currently suffering from a little bit of unfortunate bleeding. But then he returns the favour onto his enemy. And now you can see them dozy-doing. We're trying to get that all-important second stab in. There we go. Stab goes into his enemy. And now it's looking like Hepti's suffering. And he's most definitely suffering now. As here in the centre of Arena 1, it's Munch and Mahabal. So watching these two melee together. Look at that, oh, fine reaching stab by Munch there. Lovely stab indeed. And now you can see them continuing to fight. The attack going in and a quick turn and a quick stab, but then it gets blocked almost immediately as he tries to go in there. And Marble is suffering from the little bit of bleeding going on. And there we go. That was that all-important quick attack. And this is the problem with that quick foot attack. The kick can leave you open to an attack from your enemy. And this is going to be a problem. So, Munch and Mahabal. Mahabal currently bleeding rather profusely. But his enemy. Difficult to say who has the advantage here right now. It could be anybody's battle. There we go, a stab onto his enemy. Look at that, fine stab into Munch from Marble. Excellent stuff going on there. We move over to here, to arena number 4. There's Broly and Son Goku continuing their battle. Who's over here, we wonder? This will probably be Hercules and Falk. It is, as they continue their melee goodness here. Both these guys continuing to fight. Look at this. Great stuff going on between both of these guys. And Falk looking for that all-important attack to try and get it on the inside of his enemy's defences. But Hercules keeps blocking any attempts that Falk tries to make. And the fine parrying and riposting. But oh no, Falk's taken some damage. That's going to be a problem for him. Hercules, can he press his advantage against his enemy? But more importantly, can Falk return the important stab? that has been done unto him, so to speak. So let's see if we can watch what's going on as Falk and Hercules continue to fight for the win of this round. Look at that. Falk looking, gets hit. That could be very unfortunate for Falk, and another blood spurt there going in, but Falk doing a fantastic job of riposting those attacks coming in from Hercules as both of these guys continuing to fight. Look at this. This is just fantastic. Long melee fight between these two guys. Great display of skill by both players. Hopefully they won't die as soon as I say that, but that would be kind of funny. A simultaneous stab. Oh, a fine turn there. Did you see that turn there by Falk? But sadly for Falk, Hercules manages to dive inside. And it's a 3-1 to Hercules. Now, looking over here, there's Son Goku and Broly continuing. And moving into number 1, there's Adam and Photin from earlier. Now, Broly gets taken down by Son Goku. There's Mahabal. And here, at A2, it's Adam and Photin. Look at that, moving in for the very important first stab, seeing who can get it. Look at that blocking going on. As now you can see, they're trying to get that all-important dive inside the enemy's defences. They're trying to get that first stab, and look at that fine block coming in there from Photin. And Photin getting a stab onto the enemy. Let's see how that's going. Photin almost leaving himself open a little bit on the left side. But you can see that the stabbing continues, and Photin then gets stabbed slightly by the enemy that is QRR Adam. And so now Photin bleeding slightly. And look at these two continuing the battle. So let's leave them to it and move over to A1. Because over at A1, here's Mahabal. And Mahabal again, fighting with Munge, who's been having some ping issues. And there we go. 1-0 to Photin. As these two guys continuing to battle on. Munge downed by Mahabal. Mahabal really doing well. Now over here, there is Hercules. There is the mustachioed Colonel Falk. And fighting over is Broly and Son Goku. And Son Goku dying. Murdered horribly by Broly. And, oh, look at this. Fighting between Falk and Hercules. Now let's see what's going on with these guys over here. 4-3, Son Goku, Adam. And look at that, getting that all-important first stab. Falk goes down, sadly for Falk. As now you can see Photin currently bleeding pretty badly. Bleeding really badly right now, but getting the kill. Oh, a fantastic reply there by Photin into Adam. And a GG with Falk. Oh, isn't that lovely? Of Falk and his opponent fighting it out with the fists. Followed by the inevitable suicide. So, good to see sportsmanship between Falk and his opponent. So we move over to A2 as Adam, oh, look at that, gets stabbed once, so there's blood has been spilt. And it's not looking good for Photin as Adam looking to get that all-important attack into his enemy, trying to make the best of that additional opportunity. Look at them trying to get underneath that attack and those defensive positions, I should say, of the enemy. So, let's see. The battle continues, and a stab into Photin from Adam. Stabbed right in the bonds. Poor old Photin goes down. 2-1 in favour of Photin. So we brought that back, which is excellent news as far as they're concerned. Over in Arena 4, it's still Broly and Son Goku. Well matched, these two guys. The battle does tend to go on quite some time. Look at that. So Fotin and Adam are ready to go for the next one. We'll fly over and see how they're getting on. And now you can see here Adam. Looks like has he got a bit of blood on him yet? No, not yet. Not seen that. And look at this. 4-4 in A4. Fantastic stuff. And we're in number 2 at the moment. So, over here on A4, this is going to be the all-important fight between these two guys. Who takes the round will take the win. It could be very, very close. And this is what they're saying about a well-matched pair. Son Goku and Broly. Look at these two guys. Trying to dive inside that defense of his enemy. Look at them. Literally dozy-doing, running by the side of each other. Trying to get round their enemy. Trying to get that important kill. As Adam takes down Fotin. Oh, a stab into his enemy. And a kill into Son Goku by Broly. 5-4. And a GG. Excellent to see. And Son Goku also GG. As now we're seeing Barristan. Oh, stabbed in the bonce. Very nasty indeed. Coming in from tallest. From the 63rd. And now we move over to A2. And find out what's going on over here. Here's Adam and Fotin fighting it out still. Look at these guys. As it looks like Barristan and tallest going up against each other. Over in A3. So, look at these guys. Here's Barristan and tallest. And Barristan taking a little bit of a stab there, coming in from tallest. Tallest backing off now. Trying to get that advantage, that dive inside the defences of his enemy. And it looks like Barristan suffering a little bit right now from the odd bleed, but returns the favour. Fantastic. So, 1-1. Now, there's Sleepy in Arena 4 going up against Jan. And over here, we're seeing Adam and Fotin continue the battle. Look at this. Trying to get inside. Look at that. Going in for a quick stab. As Fotin and tallest trying to get the better of them, and Adam gets taken down. Fotin with a fine stab as Jan gets taken down by Sleepy at the same time. And Barristan then falls to tallest. And so our thanks obviously to the admins for keeping a track of everything and also keeping them all healed in between the battles. So obviously lots of love to the admins for their hard work. And here's Jan going after Sleepy, and Sleepy taking a stab already. So Jan maybe having the advantage right now, trying to get in that inside and trying to do that damage. He goes in for a quick kick. And there Jan gets taken down by Sleepy as Barristan gets finished off by tallest. 3-1 to tallest. Wow. However, over here, Adam and Fotin continue the battle. Look at these. Very well matched, these guys. Fine stabbing and riposting attempts going in for both. Look at that. Ouch. As down goes Fotin. Killed. And A2 is now 3-3. As tallest gets murdered by Barristan over here. And here you can see Dayball moving in. There's tallest getting ready for the next battle. Here we go. So, here's Sleepy. Waiting for Jan to get into position in Arena 4. Over here, the battle that has lasted forever between Adam and Fotin continues. Look at this. Fantastic circling here and melee work And a stab into Adam by Fotin. A fine kill. Let's move over to A1 and see LeBrave against Dable. The buxom Dable. Oh, correction. The now recently deceased Dable. Oh dear. Killed by LeBrave. And we move over to A3. It's Tallest and Barristan. And A2 going off at the same time. As you can see these guys battling it out. Sleepy and Jan, with Jan getting a first stab and a second stab. That's going to be important. Can he get into Sleepy? He can. A fine kill there by Jan. And now we move over and find out how Barristan's getting on against Tallest. So Tallest doing very well this evening. Fine melee work, but trying to lull his enemy into a false sense of security. Almost roping him in, but then it's going to turn out to be a little bit nasty as Tallest takes a stab, but then returns with a fine turn and kill into Barristan, and Fotin with a 5-3 win. So congratulations to Fotin as LeBrave and Dable continue to battle it out over here in Arena 1. And now you can see, looking for that all-important, they're going in for the kick. That could have been very unfortunate for Dable. Could have been stabbed in the backside and taken a second stab as LeBrave jumped on the opportunity and repeatedly stabbed poor old Dable in the face. Which is no way to treat a lady, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. Over in number 4, Sleepy and Jan go against each other. And those guys in chat, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Let us know what you think. Feel free to tell me if you are rooting for a particular person. Look at that. Jan taking a stab and another stab coming in there from Sleepy. Sleepy then gets a stab, but Jan returns the favour. Oh, wow. Fantastic stuff. Poor old Sleepy is no more. As Tallest, 4-4 versus Barristan. Wow, that's pretty close. And here's LeBrave. And we move over to A4. As these two fight it out. Jan and Sleepy. There's Sleepy getting in a very important stab, but then gets hit again. Trying to block and then returns the stab into Jan. Fantastic. Lovely stuff to see here. And we move over and have a look at the all-important stabbing going on between Tallest and Barristan, as this is 4-4 and this is going to be the fight for dominance to win this particular match between the two guys. And the stab goes into his enemy there. Tallest taking a stab. Look at that, turning and blocking. Fantastic stab, but Tallest gets another stab and then gets taken down. Barristan with the murdering. 5-4 in favour of Barristan. Wow. So, let's move over. Here is Zork charging into battle against Fotin. So Zork and Fotin, two very, very nasty melee players, and you can see them. It's great to see these guys facing off against each other. Look at that melee, still continuing to block, trying to get that advantage, trying to get that first stab in, but it keeps getting blocked by his enemy. And look at this. That continual circling attempts. Look at that, isn't that glorious to watch? Goes in for a quick kick, doesn't manage to land it, but continues to fight. Oh, there we go, a little bit of a hit. A little bit of a hit onto Fotin. And Zork continuing to push the advantage. Hurrah indeed. So, continue to watch this battle between the two guys. Fotin and Zork. Oh, a hit onto Fotin there. That could be unfortunate as Dable gets taken down by Lebrave. As now we watch these two guys continue. Oh, a stab into the enemy. That could be very unfortunate for Potin, but returns with a murder. Oh, Zork taken down. Wow. As we move over to arena number 2 as Hercules is up against Barristan. Look at this. Fine fighting between these guys. Look at this. Fantastic stuff to watch. I am in awe of these guys' melee ability. As you know, couldn't melee me way out of a wet paper bag personally. As these two guys fight. Look at that. Goes in for a very quick attack. Oh, look at that. A stab onto Hercules. So Hercules now on the back foot. Now question is, can Barristan push that advantage and a quick attempt at the kick there? As these two guys continue to go around each other. The melee continuing between these two guys. As a murder into Barristan from Hercules. So Hercules with that first kill. There's Broly. Over here we have Fotin. There's Lebrave and Maharbal. Well, precisely. So now we're watching Maharbal and Lebrave from French Touch go up against each other. Over here in Arena 1. As you can see, let's get into a better view for these guys. You can see them continuing to attack 2-1 in favour of Zork. Over there in A2. Oh, there's a stab attempt onto his enemy. Marble's now bleeding, so is his enemy. Look at these guys, the way they pause before the attack. Looking for that all-important advantage. Try and get that advantage. And now we can see, look at them continuing to circle each other. All-important blocking coming in from Maharbal there as Lebrave now defending himself. Look at these guys. Maharbal and Lebrave. So Maharbal currently bleeding pretty badly. But Lebrave may have the advantage, it's difficult to say. These guys are pretty close. And this battle is going on quite some time. Look at this. God, they're going to get mouse cramp at this rate. They really are. But it's fantastic to watch. But then inside Maharbal, Lebrave gets that moment. And down he goes. Lebrave with the kill. So we'll fly over and see what's going on over here as Fotin and Zork. Oh, Zork taking a stab very quickly from Fotin. Not looking good as Hercules gets taken down by Barristan. And there goes Zork, courtesy of Fotin. And Lebrave and Maharbal ready to go on arena number 1. 3-1, Hercules and Barristan. And here's Lebrave and Maharbal fighting it out. Where'd they go? That's the problem that happens when you look at the Twitch chat. So now we're looking at A2 also getting into a battle over there. As these guys looking to get that all-important first stab. But the blocking continues. Look at that. Can he force him into a corner? But the blocking still... Oh, there's the first stab onto Maharbal. Very important first stab that is as far as Fotin's concerned. Sorry, Lebrave, my apologies. Oh, there we go. Oh, Lebrave gets another stab onto him. This could be unfortunate for Maharbal. We'll have to wait and see. 3-2 in favour of Zork over there in Arena 2. Look at them, almost digging for worms like. but trying to get inside the defences of his enemy. Look at this. Fantastic stuff, and there is a very important stun coming in. Oh, a stab! A stab, a brutal stab. Now, a fine stab into his enemy there, so Mahabal and Labrov currently still suffering from a little bit of bleeding going on right now. The next stab could be the all-important kill that wins the round. 5-1. Hercules versus Barristan. Wow. Hercules, a force to be reckoned with. And there is the stab into Mahabal from Labrov. A fine kill. And over here, waiting for the inevitable off, is Zork. And we look over to arena number 4 with Broly and Sleepy continuing to dozy-do around each other. These guys trying to get in, trying to get that all-important stab. The one that can maybe stun their enemy, possibly the kick. Oh, there's a stab going in again, but it returns into Sleepy. Oh, a fine return there by Broly into his enemy. Hurrah indeed, as Photon is up against Zork and takes Zork down with a fine stab. As down over here, Labrov is killed by Mahabal. So wow, it is really back and forth with these guys. It really is very close. So here we are with Broly taking a stab already from his enemy. Sleepy, but then gets stabbed horribly. Oh wow. Poor Sleepy is no more. And Zork and Photon. Look at these guys. Oh, there we go. Very important. Quick. You see how quickly he turns round. Oh, very fast indeed. So watching these two guys. Zork and Photon continue to fight it out. Nobody's landed a stab yet. Look at those blocking coming in. Isn't it wonderful to watch? And just listen as well to hear those clinks of the metal on each other. Oh, but there, the first stab. The first stab into Zork. This could be a problem. Question is, can Photon push the advantage? And obviously with that long 17-inch bayonet, you've got incredible reach. And Zork has managed to damage Photon pretty badly. This could be a very important moment now. Look at that, Zork taking down Photon. Sleepy taking down Broly being taken down by Sleepy. Poor Sleepy. And there we go, 5-3 Zork. So, celebration, suicide there. And we move over to arena number 1 as Mahabal and Labrov continue to battle out for dominance. As now you can see these guys continuing to fight. Look at these guys. Fantastic stuff to watch. Or perhaps not so fantastic for poor Mahabal. Inside the defences of Mahabal goes Labrov for that all-important stab. And now over here is his opponent returning to the battle. Labrov gets healed. And getting ready. Mahabal ready. Mahabal and Labrov. Let us watch and listen for the sound of bayonets clashing. Very important stab there onto Mahabal from Labrov. Let's see if we can watch it from above. Let's see how these guys circle around each other. It's very difficult to sort of show it from that sort of perspective, I have to say. But it makes us different perspective. Look at that. Labrov literally circling around his enemy, trying to get that all-important attack in that will give him the advantage, maybe the stun effect, to push back his enemy and get a second stab in for the kill. There is an important stab, and into Maharbal goes Labrov. There we go. We move over to A4, and here's Hercules and Broly. We thought they were going in for a little punch up. That would be kind of funny. As now you can see Hercules and Broly fighting it out. As we... bodies everywhere. Look at that. Just terrible. So we continue to watch these guys, following them around as they continue their melee work, with Hercules going a quick turn and a stab. So, oh, look at that stab! A stab into Broly. That could be unfortunate. Hercules got to see if he can push the advantage. 5-1 Labrov. Fine display by Labrov against Maharbal. And there goes the stab from Broly into Hercules. Hercules is no more. And 1-0 by Broly. X-Taz by Broly. We'll call him Broly, it's just easier. Labrov versus Zork. Wow, that's going to be an interesting battle. So, Hercules circling his enemy. Look at these guys facing off against each other. Fantastic stuff to watch. Oh, fine melee. Fine blocking and parrying with these two guys as they run right through the camera. Oh, but then a very important stab onto his enemy, coming in from Broly. Onto Hercules, and down goes Hercules. He is no more. So, Broly, from French Touch, waiting. His bayonet's looking a little bit on the bloody side. And now Hercules and Broly going up against each other. Let's see, any more battles going on? Nothing. So they're just waiting on these guys to settle their differences with a 17-inch bayonet and a fine stab to the gizzards. And that's pretty much going to move on to the next section of the competition. Oh, a fine stab into Hercules. Lovely stuff. Hercules currently suffering from a bit of a stun and a stab, but then he goes up against Broly, gets in a very important stab onto him, but Broly's returning the attacks with a little bit of dancing around, a little bit of Michael Flatley going on. Fantastic stuff. As here is Broly. And here is Hercules. And Broly continuing to block those attacks on the sort of side, the flank almost attack that Hercules is going for. Very important, because otherwise he could end up losing it and getting his bottom cut off by a large bayonet. And there we go, Labrov and Zork. That's going to be a battle. And a little bit of political comment as well. Lovely stuff. Look at these guys. Fantastic melee work going in from both. Look at that. Turning very, very fast indeed. And there's Broly trying to get on the inside. These guys, look at them, dozy-doing round. This could take a while. So I would advise you to get a cup of tea and come back. We should go over here and have a look at Zork versus Labrov. Wow. A battle of titans, this one. Two good melee players. Oh, he gets a first important stab onto his shin. That's a very important stab there from Broly. Oh, sorry, Lebrave onto Zork. And down goes Zork. 1-0 to Lebrave. Now, what's going on over here? There is Broly now going up against his enemy. Oh, Hercules. Murdered by Broly, 4-0. Oh, poor Hercules. As we move over to arena number 2, the Zork and Lebrave. We follow these guys so they continue their battle. And now you can see here. Yep, just making sure everything's looking okay. As now we watch. Oh, Lebrave taking a little bit of a hit there. But the stab return onto Zork. So Lebrave may be pushing in the advantage. We'll have to wait and see. It's still all to play for both these boys. As they are fighting it out. Look at that, trying to get inside those defences of his enemy. A bit of a stun going in. As Zork tries to push that advantage, but Lebrave is stopping him with the fine ripostes and parries. As these guys fighting it out, isn't this glorious to watch? Absolutely brilliant. And down goes Hercules with Broly. Oh, poor Hercules. So GG from both of them. And down goes Zork. Whoa. So Lebrave waiting for the heal. 2-0 to Lebrave against Hercules. Oh, sorry, against Zork. My apologies. And there he is, patiently waiting. Right. Here they go. Who's that over there? Firing gun. Oh, that's an important stab. Lebrave getting stabbed by Zork there. The first blood drawn by Zork and another stun effect there. But then he returns the stab onto Zork. So goes in for the quick kick but manages to avoid the inside stab from Zork. But that could be unfortunate. But then he replies with a very important stab into Zork. Wow. Lebrave with fine stabbing work going in there. Fantastic stuff. Who's this? Oh dear. That was Dato, who got temporarily banned. So, waiting is Lebrave. Warming up is Zork. As he knocks the microphone very professionally. Anyway, let's see how Zork and Lebrave, currently rather bloodied, but he has been through quite a few battles. As these guys circle each other. That all-important movement. Trying to get that circular stab. He gets a circular stab into Zork. Lebrave gets that advantage. Now the question is whether or not Zork can return the favour and kill Lebrave with a fine stab here and there. Attempts are being blocked all over the place, but they are continuing. Look at this. Getting in close. You don't want to get in too close. You don't want to turn too fast or even too slow, because they can dive on the inside. These guys are so quick. And down goes Zork. Lebrave with a fine kill. 3-0 for Lebrave against Zork. Wow. Or 4-0, I should say. So, 4-0 to Lebrave. And here comes Zork. Can he get a round off Labrave, who's currently drenched in blood? But let's be fair, most of it is not his own. Look at these guys. And Zork being very cagey about attacking his enemy. Doesn't want to try and get inside and get stabbed. Because right now, there we go. That was the thing he was afraid of as Labrave gets that all-important stab onto his shin. As there's a quick stun onto Labrave as Zork is trying to push the advantage. As now we can see the continuing dozy-do with the melee. As Zork gets murdered finally. And down he gets taken by the blood-soaked Labrave from French Touch. Fine display of skills. So, not many remaining. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens with the remaining people on the server. So hopefully, maybe they'll reset the map and clear up this place a little bit. Because I have to say, it's not the I mean, the bread is probably stale by now, let's be fair. Not helped by the fact that there are bodies lying all over the place. So, just want to check. And we are going to move to a new server. So, we'll be right back in 1 second. In the meantime, let's play some music. Just a quick question. Are you actually hearing the music? Because I can't see on here that it's actually displaying any kind of movement for the music. No, I'm not seeing a thing. Okay, just testing a few things. Let me try something. Can you hear this? Oh yes, that sounds better. Okay, well, we are on the server and we are following up with the battles that are occurring. So, let's go on and find out what's occurring here in arena number 3. As here we're seeing a battle between Broly and Labrave again. Look at this. And you can see over here there's a fight basically going on between sailors. So there's head referee dressed up as a sailor. And over here you've got Referee Knock and Chickalodian. Essentially all dressed up as sailors. It's very, very confusing. So, there you have it. We're waiting for everyone to get ready. And a little bit of practice going on here. Smeagol and worst Argentinian player working together for a little bit of stabby fun. So if you guys in chat can hear the music, can you please let me know? Because you weren't hearing it before, so you probably just heard me clearing my throat and all sorts of random crap. So, let's see. Here we are in A3. It's Broly, ex-Taz Broly, and Labrave against each other. As these guys now circling each other very, very closely. Look at that. Broly. Oh, wow. Holy crap. 1-1 between Broly and his recently deceased Labrave. And we've got Argentinian player and Smeagol waiting for the off in Arena 4. Now, who is in Arena 1? Anyone? No, just lots of dead sailors. So back at Arena 4, it's Argentinian and Smeagol fighting it out. This, oh, a fine stab. And a lovely stab going in there as Argentinian player currently, I would say, on the back foot against Smeagol. Smeagol looking to get that all-important inside stab. But the blocking still going on between these two players. Fine blocking. Oh, we went in for the kick there. That was a very, very important kick. But fortunately wasn't able to capitalise on it. And that could be a problem for him. As you can see, pulling back for a little bit of breather before charging in for that all-important second attack. Watching them. Oh, look at that. A little bit of a knock. So, here we're watching worst Argentinian player and Smeagol battle it out for dominance. And Smeagol goes down, killed by the Argentinian. 2-2. Meanwhile, Broly and Labrave battle it out in arena number 2. So here we are watching the battle between these two people. Look at that, pushing the advantage. Labrave staying back, trying to stay out of the way of those very nasty reaching stabs. Coming in from Broly. Not sure if anyone's got a stab yet, but it's a very, very close match. Look at these guys. Dancing around each other like Michael Flatley on speed. But trying to get in that all-important kill as Argentinian kills Smeagol again. Oh, blimey. Down goes Labrave. Killed by Broly. 2-1 in favour of Broly. A4 underway with Argentinian and Smeagol. You can see there the number of dead bodies is not looking good for Smeagol. As A3 fights. Here's Broly. Does he lull him in? Does he try and draw him in? Does he kite him? Let's see. As Smeagol goes down again, sadly, to the Argentinian. As Broly 4-2 to Argentinian. As here is Labrave and Broly fighting against each other. Looking to get that all-important first stab. There we go. The first stab goes in. The first stab goes in onto Broly. From Labrave. Can he push the advantage as they battle between the sunken breads? And another stab into Labrave this time. So they're both bleeding equally. Oh, a stab again into Broly. Look at that. Hunting for worms in the ground. These guys fighting it out. The amount of movement that occurs in these melee battles. Trying to avoid the enemy from sneaking around the back or the side to get that all-important side stab in. As Broly trying to get that all-important attack. And now they're continuing to battle it out. Until Broly gets taken down by Labrave. As Smeagol again falls to the Argentinian. And GG from Argentinian and GG 5-2 in favour of Argentinian. So let's see. Tiberius as A3 is ready to go. As we look over here for Labrave. And look at that. That bayonet 17 inches of metal brutality. And you can see it's a ring bayonet, not a plug, so you can still fire when over the top of the barrel. So, we're off with Labrave and Broly. Look at this, fantastic stuff. These guys trying to get that all-important first stab. Oh, heavens above, Broly! Ow! Gutted him completely. Labrave just got taken apart with that stab. That was a brutal, brutal stab. And now it's 3-2. Here's Tiberius waiting for an opponent. And here's Broly. Now, Labrave's ready. So is Broly. And we should be underway. Hello, Barry. So, waiting for the off from the ref. Okay. Look at this. He's eager to get in for the battle. But here we go. Broly and Labrave. As now, let's see. Over here in A4, Tiberius and worst Argentinian player. As now you can see Labrave taken down by Broly. Wow, 4-2. Good stuff there between both of those guys. Argentinian player trying to get on the inside of Tiberius. Get that all-important first attack. Goes in for a quick kick, and then a kick and a stab into Worstertinian. Argentinian player. That was the opening that Tiberius was hoping for. And he took advantage of it. Very well indeed. So Worst comes back out. As Broly is waiting for the go. And there we go, they're both ready. And they're charging in. As we now watch them circle each other for that all-important first touch, so to speak. But it's not a nice touch. It's a very pointed, metallic touch. And somewhat painful. Wow, Tiberius taking down Worst. Poor Argentinian is no more. So Tiberius getting the better of Worst over there. And these two guys literally just dodging around each other. As now, nobody's landed the first attack yet. That could change soon. So here we are watching the guys. Oh dear, down goes Worst again. Tiberius 3-0 right now against Worst. How? Wow. That's pretty mad. As now you can see the fighting between these two guys. Nobody's landed that first all-important stab. But these guys are... Oh, that was a stab. That was a very important stab going in there, and I think it may have been on Labrave. Unfortunately, in observer mode, it doesn't show you how much health the person you're observing has. So it's difficult to really make a judge as these two guys continue to fight it out. And look at them keeping a distance from each other, and down goes Worst again. 4-0 in favour of Tiberius. Oh, that was a very, very important stab onto Labrave. Coming in, and down goes Labrave. Broly taking him out. Very, very important there. 5-2. Broly. And over here on A4, it's Argentinian and Tiberius. So Argentinian has it all to do. Wants to try and get that all-important kill. To try and bring back the round. And now we'll just have to wait and see. as it looks like they've got one more battle to go. As now you can see Tiberius and Argentinian fighting it out. Look at that melee, look at that blocking and parrying. It's gorgeous stuff to see. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, that stab into Argentinian player from Tiberius. And now that could be the advantage that Tiberius is waiting for. His bayonet is somewhat bloodied, and this could be an advantageous situation for him. Look at this fine melee work coming in. And now we're watching the battle between these two meleeers. Oh, look at that. Lovely stuff going in onto Argentinian again. And it looks like trying to get that all-important stab, and that is what Argentinian does. Argentinian with a fine riposte and a murderization of his opponent. Tiberius goes down. The baguette power for the win. Here's Broly. And here is Labrave. Waiting. And here, worst, Argentinian and Tiberius fighting it out again. And there we go. Looks like these guys are attacking over on the other side as well. Let's move out so you can see both of them. So you've got Worst and Tiberius over here, and then Labrave and Broly. Look at that. Wonderful stuff as we watch these two guys, or these four guys I should say, two groups fight it out. Let's move in and see how these two guys are getting on. So there's Broly trying to stay ahead of his enemy. Almost trying to circle him. Trying to get that advantage. As it looks like A4, Arena 4 is turning into quite a good battle between these two teams. As we're watching Broly and Labrave fight it out. That was a stab into Broly from Labrave. That's going to be important. The question is whether or not he can make the advantage of that, or whether or not Broly will come back with a fine murderizing stab into his enemy. Oh, look at that. Broly killed. Lovely stuff. Meanwhile over here, Argentinian and Tiberius continue to fight it out. Not anymore they don't, as Tiberius gets murdered. Argentinian with a turnabout while surrounded by corpses and dead sailors. Who doesn't want to have that on a Sunday night? So, Tiberius charging into battle. And now let's see. Okay. Well, that was over rather quickly. And over here, Argentina moves back in. So it looks like a little bit of a break over here for these guys. So it looks like they're getting Arena 3 underway. As Tiberius and Argentinian. Oh, stab it by Argentinian into Tiberius. That could give the advantage that Argentinian is looking for. Another attack. And poor old Tiberius is looking a little bloodied and now dead as a doornail. Over here we move to Labrave and Broly as these guys continue to fight it out. Tends to be quite a close battle between these two guys. Sometimes sometimes you can see them get on the inside, get a very, very important quick stab, and it's all over. So, Lebrave and Broly, look at these two guys literally running side by side as they continue their melee. Trying to keep a respectful distance and then lunge in with that very important reach of the 17-incher. Yeah, make of that what you will. Who doesn't want to enjoy the reach of a 17-incher, I'm sure. But, that aside, let's see. Lebrave gets a stab and murdered by Broly. And now you can see Argentinian and Tiberius. As there we go. What the bloody hell. Okay, that was weird. Sorry about that. So, now you can see Tiberius continue to fight against Argentinian. Argentinian? Something along those lines, yes. Look at that, a stab into Tiberius from Argentinian. Now we're going to want to try and push that advantage. Can they do it? The fight continues. Goes in for that all-important stab and kick. And Argentinian was waiting for it. And murdered his enemy. So, Tiberius up against Argentinian again. As he pauses to scratch himself. As now you can see Tiberius. As these guys gets a kick. Goes for the stab into Argentinian. Argentinian hits second time. This could be very unfortunate for Argentinian. Very, very nasty situation for Argentinian. Oh, look, going in with a little bit of a punch there. Oh, wow, that was a little bit cheeky there by Tiberius. And it could maybe become a cropper, we shall see. As these two guys continue to fight it out. Argentinian. Let's see what Argentinian's ping is like. 48, so definitely not from Argentina. Okay. So, you can see more attacking. As Tiberius and Argentinian continue to fight it out. Look at that. Fine stabbing work going in from both players. And down goes Tiberius with a fine finishing stab from Argentinian. And that's 6-6. Wow. Holy crap. That's pretty intense. There's worst. And now the battle continues between these two remaining souls. Goes in for a quick kick. That was a very sneaky attempt at a kick by Tiberius, but was not successful. Argentinian backed off enough to stay out of the way as the stab goes into Tiberius. And this could be the moment the winner could take it all for this particular battle. as Argentinian and Tiberius continue to circle each other. Oh, there's a stab! A stab into Argentinian. Now, and there goes the kill into Argentinian. And a win there. And a suicide for Tiberius. So, we shall now wait and see what happens next. In the meantime, we're going to cut to some music, which I shall now inflict upon you, maybe. Or it's no, oh, correction, Tiberius versus Extaz in Arena 1. Ooh. Drama, ladies and gentlemen, drama. Here is Tiberius. So it looks like we're just waiting for Tiberius. He's going to be good. And here is Broly. Extaz by Broly. And there we go. Tiberius getting ready, warming up in arena number 1. And Broly, good to go. So, here we are waiting. Broly wants to get a quick drink. Yeah, that'd be a good idea, actually. Could do one myself. Do get a bit of a dry throat sometimes when you're doing this. When you talk for quite some time. Look at that. He's literally chomping at the bit, ready to go. Either that or he's digging to Australia. And off goes Tiberius, and off goes Broly. Look at that, the melee going in, that first all-important stab blocked by both players. Now the twists and the turns begin, the dozy-do, the melee combat continues. And now we're watching these guys as they're literally dodging around each other, trying to get that all-important first stab in as part of the battle. Maybe get the advantage of the kick, and Tiberius went for the kick. And Broly dodged around the back of him and stabbed him in the bottom. Nasty, nasty stuff. So, Broly, officer aiming. Yeah, I don't think that's going to count under the circumstances. Anyway, Tiberius being a good lad and firing off his bullet to make sure he doesn't fire it by mistake. Oh, look at that, straight into the battle. There we go, and we're off. Tiberius past the breaded one. Now Broly circling him, trying to make sure that he blocks the right area. And there we go, there's the all-important parry. Oh, there he goes, Tiberius going for another kick. And a stab into his enemy. A fine stab into Broly, so Broly now bleeding as Lebrav and Argentinian. And Tiberius with a murder. And 1-1 between these two guys. Fantastic stuff. And over here we have Lebrav and worst Argentinian. So, there we go, there's Broly. As number 4 begins, and number 1. Here's Tiberius. And Broly looking to stay out of the way if he can. Trying to get it underneath for that all-important stab. As the melee, you can see them blocking. Fine ripostes and parries. Oh, a stab. A stab. The first stab into Broly. But then he replies with a stab into his enemy. As Argentinian goes down, killed by Lebrov. Tiberius continuing to fight, trying to get in for that all-important kill, if he can. Trying to maybe see if he can get that stab, as Broly was trying to maybe see if he can force him over to the corner. We're not sure, but here you can see fine stabbing goodness going on here between both the players. As here is Broly and Tiberius, and they're still continuing to block each other really well. And then he goes, yeah, I had to say that, and then Broly goes and dies. Thanks, Broly. God damn it. Never mind. 2-1 in favour of Tiberius in arena number 1. And here, Argentinian and Lebrov. So, Lebrov looking for that first hit. Blocked already by Argentinian. Trying to maybe lull him in, draw him in. Another double block there. There we go, a stab onto the leg, because that's really hard to block. And there we go, a stab into Argentinian. And a murder into Argentinian from Lebrov. Fine work by Lebrov. We move over to Arena 1. Find out what's going on as Broly and Tiberius. Oh, look at that, a lovely stab going in from Tiberius into Broly. And they're continuing to fight, and there we go. A stab from Tiberius, 3-0 to Lebrov. And 3-1 to Tiberius. So we fly over to the other arena. Number 4. Is it a 4? Yeah, there's a 4. Yes, that's a 4. So here we go. Argentinian in red. And now even more red, as Lebrov is in the blue. And Lebrov taking more damage. Can Argentinian make the most of this? Get in for that all-important kill? We'll have to wait and see. Argentinian continuing to push. We'll just have to wait and see. So, let's see. Oh, look at that. A murder into Argentinian. So, let's see. Lebrov survives. Over here, in Arena 1, is Broly and Tiberius. And Tiberius gets murdered just as we get to him. So, another round over there. 4-2 to Tiberius. As now we can see Argentinian and Lebrov fighting it out. So, look at this. Stabbing going in, so Argentinian has the back foot, or has the disadvantage, even more so. Now she's just been stabbed horribly. So, another kill by Lebrov. And we'll move over to see what's happening over here. As we pause to readjust ourselves, getting a crick in the neck. So, Arena 1 and Arena 4s are where the battle is right now. Tiberius and Broly continuing their battle. Broly trying to cycle around him and get importantly in for that kill, which he does. At the same time, that's now 3-3. And we can see over here the Argentinian was unsuccessful, murdered by his opponent, Lebrov. The blood-stained Lebrov. And now they fight. And we're looking to see over here Broly, who's ready. And Tiberius going in. As we pause by the bread. Watching them close on each other. Whoa. Ouch. Okay. Tiberius with a fine, nasty kill there. 4-3 to Tiberius. Meanwhile, in Arena 1, a fine kick by Argentinian. And a kill into Labrave. Lovely stuff. Oh dear, poor Tiberius. If he loses, he's being kicked from Grens. Oh dear. Poor Tiberius. So he's fighting for his honour and his position in the regiment. But he's up against a mighty target. That is Taz. Ex-Taz Broly. Okay. So A4 battle is underway. Here is Broly. Yeah, it is Broly. Bye, Broly. Now Tiberius blocking those attacks as Broly tries to cycle around him. As Labrave takes down Argentinian. And there we go. GG goes to Labrave. Look at that. The third place prize. Nothing. Goes to Labrave. Fantastic stuff. As here is Tiberius fighting against Broly. And look at this lovely melee going on between these two guys. As the dozy-do with bayonets continues. The continual blocking, the riposte, the parries. It's just glorious. So good to watch. And you can see here Broly literally trying to circle around his enemy. But Tiberius is having none of it and stays with him all the way. Oh, look at that. He could have got inside him. Brilliant stuff. As now we continue to watch them. Oh, look at that all-important stun into his enemy. And that was Broly going for Tiberius. That could have been a very unfortunate moment for Tiberius. It could have lost him that round. And it so turns out to be as Broly gets the murder. 4-4. Wow. Blimey, oh blimey. The very, very bloody Broly right now. So, waiting for his enemy to appear in roughly this position. Speak of the devil, it's none other than Tiberius. So, Tiberius and Broly facing off against each other again. And right past the camera. Oh, look at that. Tiberius. Oh, Tiberius gets hit with a quick knock there and stuns him a little bit. But let's see what can happen. A kick and a stun and a murder. Oh, wow. Tiberius with a beautiful kick. 5-4 in favour of Tiberius. Wowzers, what a fine moment that was from him. Ah, indeed. Look at that, doesn't he look lovely? With those fine sideboards that disappear halfway into his head. So, in comes Broly. A lot cleaner now. But I suppose he's been to the shower to have a bit of a scrub prior to coming back to the battle. The boys are ready, Broly's ready. And oh yes, Tiberius chomping at the bit. Fight, 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 fight. Here we go. Here's Broly and Tiberius circling each other. Continuing to look for that opportunity, that inroad. Oh, look at that. Quick turn with his back as well. That could have been dangerous for Tiberius. As he's continuing to try and circle around his enemy. So Broly continuing to try and stay out of the way. Looking for an opening to get that all-important stab. We'll just have to wait and see. Look at that. Oh, Tiberius. I wonder if he's lagging out. We'll just have to wait and see. But he's trying to get in there and get that all-important stab onto the ankle. Oh, there's a quick knock into him. That was a knock into Tiberius. And Broly, unfortunately, was unable to get the advantage. He goes in for a kick again, Tiberius. As he's now... Oh, Tiberius gets stunned, but doesn't manage to get killed. Unfortunately for Broly, wasn't able to make the most of that opportunity. So here's Tiberius. Looking to get that stab in. These guys continue to fight it out. Looking to get the best of that 17-inch reach with the bayonet. Another block. Another parry. Fine stuff going in here. As Tiberius gets murdered. 5-5. Wow. So, Broly. This is tense. This is tense. So, let's see. Now in place, Tiberius. Ready to go. Here comes Broly. Or X-Taz, however you want to call him. Look at them circling around each other. Oh, that stab. That stab into Tiberius. Now can Tiberius turn it around and get a stab onto his enemy? No, he can't. Broly with that all-important stab. Fine kill by Broly. 6-5 X-Taz. Good stuff indeed. So, the question is whether or not our friend here, Tiberius, can tie it up. Very, very close indeed. So, okay, here we go. This could be for the final round. We'll have to wait and see. There's Tiberius. Let's have a look at the pings. 14 and 19. Holy crap, those are good pings. As now you can see Broly trying to dodge around. As Tiberius is staying in close to him to get that all-important stab into the ankle. If he can get that very important stab. But look at him. Continuing to work. Trying to push that advantage. A quick stun onto his enemy. As continuing to walk around him is Broly. Look at this. Oh, there's a stab. There's a stab onto Broly. Broly's injured. Can Tiberius push the advantage? We'll have to wait and see. As Tiberius continuing to push in. Broly trying to defend himself. Going in for a quick stab at the bottom there. At the bottom of his feet, I should say, as opposed to stabbing his bottom. But now you can see them continuing to circle around each other to get that all-important jump into the side where the moment is open. And there we go, that's a very important stab into Tiberius coming up. As I paused the cough, sorry about that. As now Tiberius being circled around by Broly. Broly trying to get that all-important... Yeah, I've got to stop saying that. Yeah, trying to get that... oh, look at that, a quick stun into Tiberius. Knocked him back a little bit, but the melee is carrying on. And you can see that Tiberius is fighting for his life against Broly, or X-Taz. And now you can see literally just going round and round in circles, trying to get that opening. Oh, there's the kick and the stab! And Tiberius, 6-6. Wow. And my throat is starting to give out. Morris saying he's so tense he's going to squirt. Oh, Morris. Apparently, Tiberius needs a mega heal. Tiberius wins the manners war. So, the pause. And here they are. They're ready. Tiberius. Look at this. Broly, Extaz, circling around. Tiberius trying to push the advantage. Trying to dodge and get inside. It doesn't look like he's going to manage it. As Broly is continuing to stay with him. Look at that. Oh, look. Was that literally like faking him out for a second? Oh, that could have been Tiberius waiting, trying to give him an advantage so he could turn and stab him. That's very, very naughty. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out as Tiberius now staying with the enemy, trying to get in that stab onto Broly. Can he get that shin bone stab? As there we go, quick of a knock into each other as the melee is battling it out here. Absolutely fantastic melee between these two guys. As the parries and riposte and the stab into Tiberius. Wow. 7-6. In favour of Extaz Broly. Holy crap. Fantastic stuff. First place to Extaz. Second place to Tiberius. And third place to LeBrave. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Stark. That's very kind. I hope you guys have enjoyed this cast. And... oh dear. Oh dear. Anyway. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That has been the battle. The 1v1 tournament. Organised by Frit and Time. And of course, extra thanks to all of the admins for running the event. We thank you very much. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Fantastic. And all the top 3 are French. How cool is that? For those of you who are out there who like to kind of go for the French stereotype, you know, the whole World War II surrendering crap. Yeah, let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, that for 100 years, the best troops in Europe were the French. Something to think about. Anyway,
Women fight with swords, men fight with cannon!
I'm sure they do, but we won't be watching them. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this rather impromptu and sudden live stream. Sorry if you guys missed it first time around, but we'll organise to get a VOD up on the channel as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again soon for more Napoleonic Wars. Now all I've got to do is figure out how to press the goddamn button right.